We're gonna do take two. Now, if we start lagging on this one, we're gonna call it quits. But we'll see what happens. Now, if we're having the same issue, then yeah, we're definitely gonna call it quits. If not, we're gonna continue playing. But but we'll see what happens. So in one ear, I'm listening to the audio, and in the other one, I'm listening to music. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully, you guys are able to see at least something, right? If not,
You are the exterminator.
it is what it is, right?
Only we can tell you what is true.
At least for now.
There is a snitch inside the prison, preparing to testify against our truth. Kill the snitch, and we will let you out.
I did like the fact that we were able to find a Call of Duty match within Black Ops 2 the other day. It brought back so many memories. The way that we were able to do things, or the way that I was able to like jump. I have no clue how the fuck I did that. But it was just like a muscle memorization thing, right? But like I said, for now, we're doing our little thing right here, and if we're able to bring an uninterrupted
Trials
stream.
is top 5 games AOT for me, bro.
Oh fuck, really? But this is the thing though. I mean, one, it has to do with the difficulty that you're playing, right? With me, if it's like try hard, I'll go like on hard and then on expert. But if it's just me wanting to just like chill, I'll go standard. Hey, how are we doing right now? So right now we're not playing on our full senses, as how you could tell. Um, we got our little web here going on, right? We're on and off for the reason the fact that our servers are all over the place. And what I mean by our servers, I mean our Wi-Fi servers. Apparently, we had an outage going on. But look, let me tell you this: if Trials is hard, I really wanna. I would say that try using stun, or at least first, if you're starting, use the X-ray vision. Why do I say that? Because it gives you like an idea of an outline of how everything is laid out.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Hey, my man. And then once you have the outline of the map that you want to play, then that's where like once you start to feeling a little bit more comfortable with like when they release the enemies and everything, then
Honestly,
there's where you.
Trials isn't really hard. The stun is way too good.
Oh, hells
Nothing
yeah.
is true. Everything is permitted.
But this is the thing, right? It's much easier when you're playing with people. Much easier. But when you're playing solo, yeah, it's a whole other story. Um, if you play the first two games, you'll be used to it, obviously. But if you're going from like you've never played the Outlast franchise and you're just starting with Outlast Trials, definitely is gonna be hard. But once you're playing like
BTW, the jammer can open the secret room.
the jammer, ooh, when you're playing solo, yeah. Normally I just stick with what I know, right? But one thing that I can say is that the stun, for sure, hands down, once you have the outline of the map played out, once you are more familiar with like the things that they have within that map, the stun is more than an introductory skill. I want to say it right. Um, the stun like it's more for the enemies than it is for like helping you out than anything. The stun is more for helping you out with the objective. Um, but other than that, I feel like it's not that bad, really. Let's see, because I'm like here listening to like oh fuck. Uh, I know like when people are playing, they want to get like the highest grade, all right, within the game. I'm the opposite because if I know that like the outline, the objective, the grade really it's just a side quest, right? For me, it's more like just get the shit done. Even if I get hit multiple times, it is what it
Honestly,
is.
some amps are useful, but some just feels like it ruins some mechanics of the game, like dim, break open co-op doors or the one we.
Yep. Like for instance, when I'm like, I have a partner that I play with, and within this game, and that's my cousin. Right now, because he's doing other things, he's not available, or he hasn't been available to play. But for instance, for this map, he's normally the one that goes in the basement and does the generator. I'm normally the one that stays upstairs and waits until he's done with the generator, and I'm the one that opens the gate or has the gate open. Um, but because we're not playing with him, I'm the one that has to do both, right? Which is fine. Which is fine. As long as you know like the whole outline thing, everything else just doesn't really matter. Ah, you bitch. There you go. But we had to get off earlier because we were lagging horrible. And keep in mind, I barely lag. I barely lag. And for me to lag out of nowhere like that, it was fucking crazy. Let's see. So then that's not the pattern. Nope. There you go. I normally have issues with that one. And once we're here, we just go back, we run it, and then we try to aim for the gate. That's pretty much it.
Yo, sorry man, I gotta go, but RS try like linking up the stream on other shit like Kick or Twitch. I never watch on those, but it's more like a W.
Hey man, look, dude. I appreciate you even stopping by. Just even if it's for like a minute or 2 minutes, bro. I really appreciate that, right? But yeah, normally I tend to stream late at night, so it is what it is, right? But I still appreciate you stopping by. So shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you. Right now, like I said, we're playing not in our full senses, if you know what I mean. But other than that, like I said, you know what? But I still
How
appreciate
long goodbye,
you
bro?
dropping by, man. Alright, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. I've never been called Unk.
I've been playing Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection non-stop, brah.
Assassin's Creed. I tried playing it once, but other than that, I mean, I think like the reason why I stopped playing it was because it was like those types of games that you had to think, like what you had to do next. Like for instance, like Resident Evil. I feel like Resident Evil and the game that you just said, Assassin's Creed. I feel like they're in the same category. Um, I remember like trying playing one of them in middle school, but I never really got the chance to like to fully unexperience the Assassin's Creed genre. But other than that, I mean,
Why is it the
I would
first
give
or
it a.
second one?
That is a good question. I remember that I tried it for the PS3, but other than that, I never picked it up and continued playing it. I honestly I don't know which one was it, but it was for the PS3. It was for the PS3. But how are you liking the Assassin's Creed game though?
That would be Assassin's Creed I.
Okay. How are you liking it though?
This looks useful.
It's great. Man, I get it when my parents say games used to be hard back then.
Yep, yep. Keep in mind that Assassin's Creed is not that old, right? But if you want to talk about like games back like because I've been comparing like classic games compared to like the games that we started playing or at least that I started playing, right? Like the objective points are totally different. For instance, right? Let's say like point A is where you start. Point eight and a half is where you're like, all right, cool. I'm here in the middle, and then right in between point A and a half and B, that's where you die. The newer games they'll let you respawn in point A and a half, but the classic games they'll fucking make you start
2007 was when the
all the way
first
back.
Assassin's Creed came out.
Damn, bro, that's been a while. But like I was saying, like if you die in point eight and a half, between eight and a half and point B, you basically have to
I'm
start
old.
all over again to fucking point A, bro. The games nowadays they let you respawn in point eight and a half if you died in point and a half to point was it in between A and a half and B. But the games back in the day, nah, bro. I tried playing one of the games that my friend was telling me for Nintendo 64, and I kept dying because of that reason, right? I was struggling. I'll tell you this, I was struggling, but I didn't. I rage quit. I'll tell you that I rage quit because of that reason. And I totally understand where like people come from. Like, oh yeah, nowadays games are easier to pass, and this. I believe that. I respect that because I started playing within the PS2 era, the PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5 now. But like when I play like emulator games here and there, like I'll play Nintendo 64, I play Sega Dreamcast, I play SNES. Like their objectives are totally different than like how we have it nowadays. So I totally get it and I respect it. And so if your parents ever say that, like I much respects, much respect, especially when it comes to like Mario games or anything like that. I get it. I respect it. Mario games are not for me. I'll play it. I'll try to play it, but I know I'll rage quit. I know that for a fact. And
Grinning face.
my man. And I know like people that started playing within in the 80s, bro, they're a whole other breed. I'll tell you this, they are a whole other breed. Like I have so much respect for those old gamers. I don't even want to call them old gamers, bro, because fuck, I'm from 95, man. I'm 29, bro.
What really Mario games?
That's the thing. I played Mario Kart, right, for Nintendo 64. I try to play like one of those like Mario games for
I
Game
cleared
Boy.
Batman, Arkham Knight on Nightmare difficulty to 240%. Also, you a old bitch.
I'm an old bitch. Oh, fuck you. No, not even that. It's just like I have big respect for that. You feel me? Oh no, I gotta look for the bunny. Yeah, people like that, bro. I do have a lot of respect. I'll shit you not. The gaming that we do nowadays is totally different than the gaming that they used to do back in the day. I'll tell you that for a fact, bro. Let's see.
0%.
Oh, fuck me, man. Tell me how, while I was waiting for for my service to come back on.
100%.
There you go. Tell me how, while I was waiting for my service to go back on, I ended up going outside, right? Because I drank a 24 ounce. I went outside, smoked a cigarette here and there, right? I shit you not, dude. The cold. It's not really cold, but just the wind hit me, bro. I was feeling it. I was like, God damn, bro. Hopefully I don't. I have to go out tomorrow. Hopefully I don't wake up with a fucking hangover. But
Wait, Tim, are you correcting me or saying you 100% agree with him?
he 100% agrees with me. I mean, look. Honestly, there's no hate in either one, bro. Honestly, um, the fact that like their objective points are totally different than ours. 100%, 100%. And there's no hate. Like I said, I do respect that. And it's funny because my friend, the one that you have arguments with, he tells me the same shit. He tells me the same shit. He's like, "Yo, I can't believe you rage quit on a game that I passed it while I was a kid in my childhood." And I'm like, yeah, honestly, I'm like, damn, yo, I feel like a little bitch because I rage quit on that game, and and like I said, I have no hate towards that. I really don't. But I still want to get like not an Embernick, but it's like a kind of looks like the original game, like old gaming systems and everything like that. And I know that there's some that allows you to like to screen mirror. And so I kind of been like wanting to get one of those to see if I can like stream it directly like on my tablet so I can stream it on YouTube and on Twitch, right? So
Bro,
we
he
can have
probably looks like Big Chungus. He needs to lay off them Twinkies and cookies.
nah, bro. If you ever met him in real life, bro, he's the opposite, man. He's the fucking opposite. He's the one that's been guiding me on like being more active and like exercising. I'm telling you, man. Like he knows he knows what he's talking about when it comes to that, the gaming, bro. Trust me. But I get the
He needs
rivalry
to
though.
join Joel and me, Abby and her 9-iron.
That reminds me, have you watched the new episode for season 2? I haven't because I've been wanting to wait until after Sunday to be able to watch like all of the like to be able to watch 2 episodes in one sitting because I don't want to like just watch one episode and then wait a whole
The
fucking
first
week.
one.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Nah, I've been holding back on the second season. Most likely I might end up watching second season after Monday, after Sunday. I've been holding back, even though I know how it is gonna fucking go, but I don't want to watch a trailer. I don't want to watch teasers. I don't want to watch anything. I just want to like go on Monday and just wait until like the second episode arrives to be able to watch 2 episodes in one sitting. 'Cause I really don't want to wait until, like I said, I don't want to wait until like a whole week to be able to watch just another episode. Nah. I'm waiting till next week to be able to watch 2 episodes. Like whoever just joined, welcome. Feel free. Just chill out. I know I am. I ain't playing on my
Bro,
full
we all know
senses right
what's
now.
coming. Fr Joel Pedro Pascal Miller about to meet Abby and Clubby the 9-iron.
Oh damn, bro. That's sad. I shit you not, man. That's sad. I really did hate the fact that they killed off Joel, man. I really do.
I'm diabolical.
I'm diabolical. This guy. understand. What kind of music am I listening to? Mm, damn, the whole day I was in the mood to watch to listen to like some like like some banda. If you're Mexican, let me tell you what banda is. It's some it's some romance music, man.
I think they should have given you one section with all the original different stages of infected, at 4 different separated sections.
Um, like in what way?
Bluebird. Artichoke.
And when you say infected, what do you mean by that?
You're nobody.
See, when I hear the word infected, I mean I hear, or the only thing that I have in mind is
I barely recognize the pitiful, broken
PSP
human
era
garbage that crawled
zombie
into this
game
facility. You are
called
getting
Infected.
better.
That's the only thing I have in mind.
Who needs a little pet? I feel so lucky to be alive in an age of miracles, to be
A
exposed.
Joel playable act. Stage 1, Runner. Section 1.
For some minor surgery. It can be a
Got it.
little uncomfortable, but you'll feel so much better when it's over.
I have everything here unlocked. I really
Stage
don't.
2, Stalker. Section 2.
Okay. Well, this is the thing, right? As how you know. Um,
Stage 3, Clicker. Section 3.
let's see. What did I
Stage
unlock? Oh,
4,
there you go.
Loader. Section 4.
I know that there's already an outline for like all the episodes that is gonna be coming out and shit, but what am I call it? Like there was someone that I know that showed me like the whole like outline of like all the episodes and everything and the titles for it, but I'm like, like I just skimmed through it. I really didn't see it, but oh god damn, okay, okay, I see you. I see you with that comfort instead of like exactly what you're using it for. Okay. Um, but like I said, I rather like come in with a mindset of like let me see exactly what's gonna happen instead of like oh yeah this happened and this happened, right? Even though like I totally have a whole different aspect or perspective on like the actresses that they use for
Fun
Ellie and
fact,
Abby.
every episode was supposed to start with a window and a thing that said press any button and you could sit there however long you.
Really? Nah, that's crazy, bro. You give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Yep.
Like here, trying to like. Anyways, there you go. this one is a bitch, but we'll do it.
Please proceed with
I
the
feel like I should charge my phone while we're playing here.
For the light.
Okay, now I can't hear shit.
education
There you
and
go.
faith must follow our mandates. Children will learn obedience. Shape them
Alright.
young, and they're ours for life. Teach the children. Give them first
So,
communion.
one thing that I've been
and we
wanting
will
to
let you
do
out.
is like upload a video or maybe do a live stream, right? You know, like how I was doing like a how I would like stream directly from like my tablet and and on Twitch at the same time. So, or on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. So I've been wanting to do something like that, but just like showing off everything that I have here in the background. So like, so you guys can see exactly what I have. Um, hold on, give me a sec. All right. Sorry, I'm here like texting my uh, uh
Joel here. Today I'll be showing you how take down the big boss Abby.
nah, yo, Abby's a big bitch.
Wakey, wakey, my little
I'll give you
angels.
that. Abby's a
Let's
big
all
bitch.
enjoy some angel dust so we're ready to seize the day.
Today's what? Today's the 20th, right? 20th. One, two. Okay, just gotta
She makes
jot something.
something of mine big rolling on the floor laughing.
Yo, this guy. Oh fuck. Damn, yo. Look, the only thing I ate the whole fucking day was just like 2 slices of pizza. And I know because of that, like, you know, my water, my Gatorade, it's hitting me quick. And I don't know how I should
You
feel
get the
about that.
joke, right?
Somewhat. Alright, let's see.
It's happening, Daddy. They're coming for the children. What's the matter, Moses? I'm going to kill them, Daddy. That's not why we have communion. Heavens, no. Communion is how we remember a deal that the good people made with Jesus. Before the bad people murdered him.
Nah bro, I'm 13. I'm too dirty-minded for this world.
We've all been there. But I think yours is a little dirty. A little extra dirty, yo. Fuck. Okay, so yo, I'm lagging, bro. Oh fuck. Hopefully we don't lag fully. All right, so it's in the boys room and the girls room. Wait, just give me a sec.
So Jesus taught his
Um,
friends a magic trick. They could take crackers and juice and turn them into his flesh.
um,
And because of the magic trick of communion, you know if you're one of the good people.
Not again.
Like crackers and juice, it'll taste like the flesh and blood of Jesus Christ. So Jesus taught his friends a magic trick. They could take crackers and juice and mix it with flesh and blood. Everybody
Yo,
loves crackers and juice.
the fact, like, this is the thing, right? So one thing that I do deal with in like in real life is I deal with anxiety. Not any kind of anxiety, because I know a lot of people just suffer from anxiety, but my anxiety is like I suffer from social anxiety, and because of that, I put the PC mamá. And because of that, interacting with different people that I meet, like,
Option 1 to take down Abby is using the hands God gave you, and with some dodging and punching you can take her down in about 60 punches.
yep, the fucking back. And so one thing that I do deal with is social anxiety, right? And when I do like meet new people, like my anxiety is like up the roof, and it's not like just like your ordinary anxiety, you know. It's like it goes to the point where like it comes to the point where like I almost black out. And now imagine that when you're trying to like date someone, anxiety's up the roof, and then when you're trying to meet their parents, it's up the roof, even worse. Um, but I know that's one thing that I have to deal with, or I have to get over with. And like live streaming, it does help because I'm talking to people that I've never met, I've never seen, but it's not in person, so it's totally different, but it's the same. Because me being in front of a camera, I have to put myself out there. Um, I I basically like what am I call it? Oh, you call
Option
it the
2 is
pussy
to
mother.
use the ever-reliable Molotov cocktail.
Yo, that's crazy. So when it comes to like anything like that has to do with like meeting new people and stuff like that, like my anxiety goes off the roof, right? And ever since like the pandemic and stuff like that, like
I hear you, bro. Burn, bitch, burn.
let me tell you this, and ever since because of the pandemic, um, I used to be a stalker, as in like a Costco stalker, right? I used to work early in the morning and everything like that, right? I used to put things back in its place and everything, right? I was I was really good at my job. I felt proud of my job, and I ended up getting injured, and because of that, um, I had to stop working because of my back that I ended up getting injured at work. And because of that, I wasn't working for a couple of years. Keep in mind that I started working like a year before the pandemic even started. A year to 2 years before the pandemic started. And so because of that, I became an essential worker. My ass, right? And and like I said, like I got injured right in the I got injured right in the peak of the pandemic. And and because of that, like yeah, I started working again, but with like my dad, right? And it's not the same as me being exposed to like having to deal with like customers and everything like that. Keep in mind that like in my job, like I wasn't really talking to like customers. I was just doing my own thing, um, stocking or working while like there was no one in the store. But because of that, like my anxiety, I really didn't have anxiety. I really didn't deal with anxiety until like I got hurt and everything. My anxiety went from like maybe like a 10 to a fucking 120. And because of that, like me talking to like new people, meeting new people, dating, it gets to me. And And right now, like my best friend, see, look, we all go through anxiety, and that sucks, right? But like my anxiety, it went to the point where like I couldn't even walk in between of people in the middle of the street. Like I ended up like I would have to rub the top of my forehead to be able to like try to calm my anxiety down a little bit. But when it came to like walking in between like in the street with like people like in the street or in the sidewalk, um like I would end up like having like my anxiety will go to the point where like I start seeing like spots, my vision goes black, and then it goes to a point where like I'm like zoning out, about to faint, and I'm here, but I'm not here, and I'm just staring in the ceiling for no reason, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And and it
Sorry,
sucks.
my screen lagged. What have you said, Tony? Message.
Oh, that being said, like I was just like explaining my anxiety, like the way that like my anxiety normally goes by, like the steps, but like for instance, like my best friend, she asked me to be the godson of her kid, and honestly, I see that as a privilege. But me dealing with that is just dealing with anxiety itself is just it sucks because like yeah, I definitely want to be the godfather
Hello.
of her kid,
So Jesus
but
resurrects the Nazarene.
because like I've never met her parents, she met my parents, but because I have to like I don't have to, I want to, but knowing the fact that I'm meeting someone different, someone new, the anxiety is still there. It goes to like from like I said, like to like maybe like right now, my anxiety just by thinking about it, me having to meet someone new, it's at a 60. And I'm not even in there, I'm not even in a mindset of it. And and it sucks because there's so many things I want to do, and because of my anxiety, that's like one thing that prevents me from doing it, you know? And like how you just even said, like your parents had to take you out from school, from in-person learning to like homeschooling. Like it like I shit you not, it sucks. I've heard about it before. Because there's certain things that you have to like, that you have to go through to be able to like to feel like one of the kids,
Leon
right?
County Virtual School.
Like like I've heard like many things about virtual learning and stuff like that. And there's so many things that you've missed out or that you can miss out from
It's
virtual
time for
learning
morning lessons.
and from like physical learning. And I'm not against it or anything like that. Trust me, I'm not. You know, as long as you're learning your shit, you're learning your shit. Um but there are things that I would like say like, "Oh yeah, you've missed out on this or that," right? Um hold up. But like my anxiety like it's like right now I'm thinking about the situation that it's gonna be happening in like a few
Thankfully,
weeks.
LCVS goes by the country holidays.
Okay. Oh shit.
How are you now? You have a drink or two in you.
How are you when
When
trigger two?
asterisk.
Um, you know what's funny is that like years ago, like maybe like not I don't want to say like 3 years ago because I think it was a little bit more than that. Um, my brother, right? He was like, "Yo, my girlfriend, she has a friend or coworker, and she's single and maybe like she's your type and this and that, right? Because we all have a type. Let's be honest, we all have a type, whether we like it or not. We all have a type. And one thing that I always say, or when I hear like, oh yeah, I'll never date this person, I'll never date this type of person. Never say never, because there's always that one person that was going to change your mind or that can change your mind. So I always say never to that. Anyways, so they try to introduce me to this person, right? And I'm like, yo, oh yeah, all right, cool, let's go for it. But like at that same moment, knowing the fact that I was gonna meet someone new, someone different, like my anxiety was just like was up there. And because of it, I was like, fuck, I can't do it sober. And so I ended up drinking a 24 ounce because of it. And I felt a little bit loose, a little bit, a little bit lenient. Um,
I feel
but
you, my brother in Christ.
I don't want to be like, oh yeah,
When
I
you
have.
wanna take the edge off.
That's the thing, right? And I'm like, I don't want to be like, that person that, oh, he has to be drinking to be able to meet new people. No, because when I take Cooper, my dog, to the dog park, um, I that's my comfort zone. I shit you not. That's my comfort. Hijo de tu putísima madre. That's my comfort zone. And because of it, I'm like, yo, that's like my top notch. And I know I can't take Cooper with me because my best friend, she has a bunny, and because my dog is a beagle, I wouldn't put a beagle in the same room with a bunny. I would not. And because of that, I'm like, no, I can't. I do see my dog as like an emotional support dog. But I know that there's gonna be times where like I'm gonna have to do things or go places
Wait, is the
without
bunny not in
my.
a cage?
This is the thing though, because it's in their property, I'm not gonna tell them what to do with their own pets. That's the thing. Um, you my cousin who um who plays with me within this game, like he has a bunny too, and I'm like, I personally I wouldn't put Cooper in the same room with your bunny I because the thing is that we used to train him to search back when he was younger, when he was a puppy. We trained him to search, and one thing that we trained him to search for was rabbits. So for me to like put him through the same thing, like no, I wouldn't.
Even if it was caged?
Even if it was cage, trust me, he's a whole other breed. Cooper, he's not gonna be like, oh, okay, he's in the cage, I'm not gonna go towards it. Like, no, he's a whole other breed. I'm telling you, he's a whole other breed. Um, when he has his mindset of like on something, it's hard, okay, hard for him to like not um get his attention away from it. I trust me. Um,
Your dog would body slam the cage until the bunny pops out, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
and you think that that would be funny, but I trust me, that's nothing to be proud of or anything like that. I shit you not. Um, but I mean, there's some training that I am aware of, but it's not the same. Um, I live in the city. My best friend doesn't live in the city. She owns her own house. Um, but because of that, like, it's a whole different lifestyle. Okay,
It's not the actual situation that's funny, but the thought of a dog body slamming something.
you know what's funny is the fact that my dog, he used to be chill with my ex-girlfriend's cat at the time. And this was years ago. This was when Cooper was a pup. And what's funny is that because of that, he was a pup, so he was a few months old. My ex-girlfriend's cat was like maybe like 1 or 2 years older, and her cat ended up body slamming Cooper. And they were just playing. They were like, "Rah, rah," and out of nowhere, you would see her cat just grab Cooper's head and just go, "Pa!" And I was like, "Damn, yo, damn, girl, what the fuck?"
Watch out, watch out, watch out. RKO out of nowhere.
Yo, that
Asterisk
ass.
doggy pillow body slams asterisk.
No, but right now, he's 8 years old, so he's not gonna let like any dog or any cat just do that shit to him. Trust me. This is what I'm telling you. Like I wouldn't trust Cooper alone with any other pet or anything like that. Um, he's not an aggressive dog whatsoever. He's not. But because it's also in his DNA to be a hunting dog, um, it's his instinct, right? That's the thing. It's his instinct.
What about another dog?
So Cooper, what he likes to do, he likes to sniff, but he doesn't like it when other dogs sniff him. When he was a puppy, he was trained to teach other pups. So when he's around with other dogs that, oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So I'm like, hijo de tu putísima madre. Perra, perra cabrona, perra que eres. So like I personally I wouldn't like trust him with like other dogs that have full energy. Him alone with them because he'll like bark at them, right? But it would never be an aggressive bark. It will be like motherfucker, calm down, yo. Because he has a mindset of always teaching, teaching, teaching. And the reason why is that because my older brother he was his personal trainer as a pup, and because of that type of mindset, he ended up being stuck with that. So when I do take him to the dog park, he'll bark, and I'll be like the one telling like the dog owner like he's not an aggressive dog, um, but it's more like a teaching thing, you know.
I know what you want.
So I'm like, all right. So if it's a teaching moment, I'm like, I'll try to like inform them. Like Cooper's not an aggressive dog whatsoever. He's not. Um, just because like there's people that like, oh, they hear your dog bark, oh, he must be an aggressive dog. Like no, there's he's happy, he's excited, he's alert, because he's jealous or because he's warning you for something. And I'm like, no, no, he's barking because he's trying to teach your dog to calm down. He doesn't understand the fact that your dog is a puppy. Your dog has energy. Your dog is like it's 4 months old. Like I've dealt with puppies like that, and and I'm like, look, he's not an aggressive dog. And I even had like training sessions with them, and they were like, "Oh, your dog must be aggressive." I'm like, "No, he's not. He's everything but that." Um, but there's times where like, oh, they'll end up even like picking up their dog and they'll just leave the dog park. I'm like, honestly, it's your loss because he's trying to like teach him to like calm down, but yet again, it's still like that learning process, you know. Um, but, find the
He's just a happy, happy, happy guy. A happy, happy, happy
exactly.
guy.
Exactly. And it's funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, he has the sad eyes." And I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, why is he so sad?" And I'm like, "Woman, he's had the same face since he was a pup." Okay? It's not because
Cooper's just happy to be here.
exactly, exactly. that's one thing that they don't understand, and like I don't blame them honestly, but it is what it is, right? I'm not gonna like fight with them and try to change their mind because if that's the way that they think, that's the way that they think, honestly. Um, like I know like the limits towards my dog and like the limits that he has, and I'm not going to try to go around and try to change everyone's mind because trust me, that would be like me fighting the world, and I'm not gonna do that, honestly. Um, but yeah, I mean, like like his walks with me and him is like, dude, they're fucking amazing. Like back then, I used to struggle with it, and nowadays I don't. But back then I did. I'll give you this. I used to struggle with that, but hijo de tu putísima madre.
My dog is a Yorkie Chihuahua mix. She's
Ooh,
adorable and her name is Scarlet.
oh, Scarlet. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. So it's a small breed. Ah, that's cute. That's cute. Nah, Cooper, he's a medium breed. Like what? Like he's 8 years old. How old is your dog?
Unfortunately, she has to wear a shock collar. She isn't very trained, and we've had her since think 2022 or 2023.
Wait. So how old is she then?
I suck at dog years.
Do you know what year she was born at though, or the year that she was born in? Fuck, hold up.
Whichever year we got her.
You said 2023. So she's like what, 2 years old? Oh damn, she's a pup. If you really think about it, she's still young. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, Cooper, he's used a shock collar. Oh, hijo de su putísima madre.
She ain't built like one.
She ain't built like that. Oh yeah, because you said that she's a mix, right? Yeah. Damn, yo. Oh, hijo de tu putísima madre. Hijo de tu putísima madre. All right, give me a sec. I'll be right back.
Muted brah.
Okay, so appreciate that. So look, I'll tell you this though. Back in the day, I used to be against prong collars, and shot collars is not a bad thing. It's a training thing.
Fire,
Now,
fire,
if
fire.
hey, mom, yo, MVP right here, MVP. Look, if you guys are able to subscribe to my boy over here, subscribe. He does come out with some dope shit. I'll tell you this, my man over here comes out with some dope shit. If you guys are into If you guys are into GTA, just fucking around, my man's right here.
I thought I was the
Subscribe.
man.
You too, everyone that's in this, dude, everyone. I really do believe you guys should subscribe to each other. My man over here, MVP. Now, with that said, I do believe that shot callers, prong callers are not a bad thing. It's just another extra tool that will allow you to continue to have a better life for your dog
Face
and
with
for
tears of
yourself.
joy, thanks bro.
My man right here, MVP.
I'm a small-time streamer.
Look, subscribe, subscribe. That's all I'm saying, man. Subscribe. Big shout out. Big fucking shout out. There you go.
We old dumb man flexed biceps.
Nah, my man, you the man. You the man. That's for sure. Um, but yeah, like I said, like the prawn collar. I use the prawn collar, and a lot of people are against the prawn collar. I'll tell you this, they are against the prawn collar, and there's times where like people will see the prawn collar on Cooper and they'll just walk away, or they'll walk towards the other side, and I'm like, the fuck. And trust me, I used to be against the prawn collar, but until like my brother, he introduced me towards the prawn collar. He's like, look, it doesn't hurt him and this and that. It's another tool. And ever since, I shit you not, I don't take Cooper out without his prong collar. I don't take him out for walks or anything like that unless it's with his prong collar. Why do I say this? Is that because I know for a fact he's going to start um, eating things from the floor. He's gonna start pulling. He's gonna start um, what am I call it? He's gonna walk ahead of me when he's not supposed to walk ahead of me. He's always supposed to be on my left side, and he's not supposed to eat anything from the floor. Or I'm in control um, when he should or shouldn't sniff, right? So we use his sniffing as in a reward, as a treat, right? When I know a lot of people are against it, but I'm like, look, if you're able to control what he does, trust me, it's better for you and for your dog. Because at that point, it's like having a spoiled kid. If you have a spoiled kid, are you gonna have control over him compared to a proper kid that you actually showed him manners? Two totally different types of kids. And when it comes to the prong collar, I feel like it's a it's like a manner that he's supposed to learn compared to other dogs. Because he is a medium breed, a lot of people are like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna train him because he's a medium breed or he's a small breed. You know, I'll just pick him up and you know we won't have any issues. It's totally the opposite. I shit you not. And when it comes to like all of like those types of like corrections, when it comes to like having a dog, trust me, you're saving yourself a lot of troubles compared to like how you said, right? You have a Chihuahua, right? Normally Chihuahuas they tend to bark at bigger dogs. Why? Because they have the type of mentality where they're like, oh, I'm gonna bark at any dog that comes around. Why? Because my owner's gonna pick me up. I'm gonna be in a higher altitude, and I'm just gonna bark at them whenever I want. And that's the reason why they'll end up barking. Um, when it shouldn't be that way. It should be the opposite. It should be, all right, you're walking your dog, you see a bigger dog. Once you feel like your dog is about to bark, that's when you correct it with the prong collar or the shock collar. Because when you're using the shock collar, I feel like the shock collar is more of a sensitive tool than the prong collar. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the shock collar, but if you use the shock collar incorrectly, you're doing more damage than improving your dog's well-being. And this is me just talking about the basics. Now, if I'm telling you a lot about like the skills or like the information about like the prawn shock collar, the regular leash, my brother knows way more. Trust me. And a lot of people they come up to me, they're like, "Oh, how come you know a lot
That's
of
how
like
99%
a
of
lot
the
of
world gets
information
by.
about dogs and this and that, or dog training or
By
dog
which
behavior?
all
You should
end
be
up
a dog
drowning in the
trainer." I'm
bloody
like,
sewer.
"Trust me,
But I'm glad you
I'm
tried.
everything
I
but
am.
that." The only information or the only reason why I know this is because my older brother used to be my dog's personal trainer, and from there he became a personal trainer for other dogs. He's trained he's trained pit bulls, German Shepherd. He's trained medium breeds. He's trained my dog. And so, like, I would never take credit for my dog's behavior or well-being. He sees me more of a friend than a pack leader. He sees my brother, the dog trainer, as a pack leader than me. And yeah, there's times where when like in the beginning when like he started his dog training and I'm like and he used to be like, "Oh, you know, Cooper can do this, Cooper can do that. I taught Cooper how to do this and that." And I made the big mistake to tell him once like, "Can we have a conversation without you bringing up Cooper?" Because at the time I was stupid. I was a kid. I didn't know any better. And now that, like I have his custody, in other words, like within the family, I understand where he's coming from, or where like, where um, his mentality was coming from, where the well-being of Cooper. So like, till this day, I'm grateful that my brother was his personal trainer, and I have a lot of respect towards that, and a lot of gratitude. And there's a lot of like even when I tell my brother, I'm like, like I tell people that that you trained him this and that. He doesn't believe me. He doesn't. He thinks that like that that I end up taking credit for his like training. Trust me, not one bit. Right? Everything that I know is because of him. When it comes to like how you said, right? Um, when it comes to regular leash, when it comes to his prong collar, as in like the thing that like the little spikes on the collar that you attach your the leash towards it, and the shock collar. The collar that we have, the shock collar, it has two different settings: the shock and the vibration. We normally don't use the shock; we just use the vibration, and we tend to use the vibration on the lower settings.
When
Why?
people try to teach you something, you should always listen.
Exactly, exactly. And what's funny is like back then, I shit you not. Yeah, I'll tell you this personally, I was an ignorant fuck when it came to like dog training, dog behavior. I was ignorant. Fuck, my headphone came on. I was ignorant. When it came to that, I was ignorant. Um, but after that, like after like the learning process and everything, like I understand where like my brother was coming from.
Oh, what do
And
you know? Me and Young, you have something in common, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor
oh my
laughing.
god. Like like I said, yeah, I was ignorant when it comes to that. Yeah, I was ignorant. But coming from a perspective where like come taking over Trust me, I'm great. And he's not. He doesn't bark at home unless he sees that I have food, his food, and I don't come back in time to feed him. That's when he'll bark, or when he's bored. That's the only time that he'll bark. Other than that, he won't
Oop
bark.
shit. I gotta go to bed.
My man, do your thing. Do your thing, man. Get some rest. Take it easy. Tomorrow's a new day, or later on, tomorrow night is a new day. Um, but I appreciate you stopping by, man. And I really do hope that something that I've said, about the dog training, like, you actually listen. If not, look, like I said, it is what it is, right? Damn, yo. This place is extremely dark. Now, if I didn't have any
I'm gone. Reduced to atoms.
reduced to atoms. Damn, yo, this shit's dark. All right, let's see. If I had no battery whatsoever, like, or if I was in this scenario, I would dead ass just do this. Yeah. Just like try to see if I can find a wall, and then just go from there. But that's fucking crazy, bro. My man, take it easy, man. Get some rest. So right now, what we're doing, we're gonna be escaping before April 22nd, because there's gonna be a new update within this game. Ooh. So right now, what we're gonna be. Oh fuck! You see how I'm lagging right now? That's crazy. All right, we gotta find. So we gotta find two, not just one, two. There you go. There's one of them.